My name is Lucas and I'll be your Dungeon Master. We keep having more technical issues. An action cam that we don't have anymore, and now the mic wasn't working, but apparently it is now. Anyway, just quick recap. Last session, with him had a meeting at the Winter Garden family estate. Learned a few things about your cousins.
They exist.
They exist. Elgin and Anwyl, and the death of your aunt Canewell. So your cousins are now living with you, and Anwyl has some suspicions about Elgin's activities within Waterdeep. At the same time, the party met some of the new neighbours, Richard the Page Turner and Vincent Trench. And as you were leaving the manor, you were approached by a journalist that works for the Waterdeep Wazoo. Gaxley Rutherfast.
He's a die.
He was interested in the story of how you helped rescue Renée Neverember and Flume Blackmar, which is apparently how, through Flume, is how he found about you all and your involvement. Then you made your way towards the City of the Dead to investigate the Brandeth family crypt, where Renée's mother, Alethea Brandeth, is buried. As you were searching for clues related to the mysterious empty secret compartment inside Renée's locket. This was kind of a lead you have regarding that. And there, you talked to a strange guardian of the tomb, a massive treant. At the same time, you spotted two imps that were apparently posted there. As they tried to flee, you took them down.
Sure fucking did.
Yeah, you did. You gave one of the bodies to one of the acolytes of Kellenvor. They are in charge of the cemetery, with the promise of a reward at a later time if you come by the gatehouse. And you captured the other one alive for interrogation, thanks to Silas' ability to speak Infernal to the creature. The only issue is that he wasn't very cooperative. But you managed to somehow extricate from him or ascertain that he had a bit of a reaction to the name Castellanter, which is a powerful, noble family of which you remember a few facts about them. Then you made your way to the Tower of the Order, where Millicent, you were informed after a conversation with Ulcoria Sternmarrow that you are now officially a member of the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors. And you will receive help in controlling your power and understanding its source. And you need to be on call for assignments and to write a report, all the not so fun bits about a member. And that's actually where we left off as you are leaving the Ulcoria's office. So, what do you guys do?
Where were we?
Castle Ward.
Castle Ward. Yeah.
What are we doing there? Is it lunchtime?
Say what?
Is it? I think it looks like it's sort of time of day. Looks about time to eat, maybe. Do you reckon we can just go through?
Yeah, it's actually about 4 p.m.
I'm really hungry. I'm not eating all day.
You are hungry.
Do we know like areas sort of down towards the trade wards? Have we walked through there? Would we have noticed like market stalls that's all like?
Oh yeah, most certainly. The main market, which is north of where you are right now, it is called the market. Has many places where you can grab a bite, but also in the trades ward, which is nearby.
Which was the one where they said to go to talk to someone about a tower shield? Can't remember now.
You mean the? Yes, I know what you mean. The Riven Shield Shop.
Riven Shield Shop.
In the Trace Ward.
Okay, well, didn't you say, Ganhorn, that you needed to go see someone down in the trades ward?
Well, no, down in the southern ward. But yeah, if we go through the trades ward, I could go to the shield shop. I'd like to look at getting a shield.
Shield shop, and
And we could grab something to eat maybe from somewhere on the way.
Sounds fair.
Didn't you want to pop in and see that dwarf from for the Skewer Dragon? Could head down there for some food.
Not the Skewer Dragon. That place didn't look very good for that. But it's in the Dockward, so it's in the south. So we can go there later if we want.
Well, Bowser's on the way if you want to pop in there for some food. That's alright with everyone. Had it before. Bit of privacy.
Yeah. Where?
Bowser.
Are you sure your friend will want to see us around?
Well, we're not quite in trouble about, so
Okay.
should be alright. It's quite dusty in there. Are you going to be alright the second time?
Well, they've been in the sewers now, so I'm sure I can manage.
Yeah, it's true. It's not the worst thing you've been in. Oh well. Maybe you could head there then check out the shield shop and wherever else.
Yeah, the shield shop is from the letter D, which is more or less where you are. It is straight west into the Tradesport, on the other side of the high road. In the high road, like on the west side, on the east side. Sorry.
This one now.
Yeah,
So it's here.
yeah, it's pretty much there.
I might as well go there.
So it's like 5-minute walk from where you are.
So yeah, we can go on the way and check out the
The
shields.
shield shop.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be walking around town carting a huge tower shield?
Yeah. Is that
Do-
alright?
Do we see people in town?
No, not with the massive tower shield. No.
I think.
Well, we don't,
Ah,
see,
man,
we don't see many of him in
Yeah.
general. So
I'm pretty unique.
Do you think? Do you think you will attract the attention of the guards, perhaps?
Well, I mean, if it was a big sword,
What if you made it look like a big tree stump?
well,
You're just carrying around a big tree stump.
but it's not. Well, I mean, I don't even know what it looks. I mean, you're asking questions and making assumptions now.
At the end of the day, it's still slightly less weird than a door, isn't it? So avoided that one at least.
I miss that door.
I mean, maybe you can ask. Actually, I mean, the salesman will probably be delighted to sell it to you, but maybe ask him anyway.
Yeah. All right.
You probably know Salis.
Maybe he's got the coin to pay for it. I'm sure he can buy one, but yeah, the city guard will probably give you a bit of a look in carrying that around, wondering what you're doing with a shield.
I
Yeah.
sure would.
I mean, you're holding a shield and you've got
We've already got one shield.
like you got
Just
a
to be a
sword
bigger
and
suit.
there's
I'm
like
not holding it, it's on my back,
all
under my
of the things that you. All
Yeah,
that.
but it's
Yeah.
still slightly less discreet than a 6-foot tall shield, isn't it?
Yeah, but shield never hurt anyone, right?
No.
Like
Well,
you stab someone with a shield.
I mean, you probably could, like, I don't know. But yeah,
Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess.
yeah. I mean, oh, we're there. We just made it.
Yeah. So a tower shield. That's. I mean, sorry. I'm gonna describe the. I was just about to tell something specifically about tower shields, but anyway. So you see this this shop, and the storefront is decorated with shields, essentially as almost as standard, and they are. It's pretty beautiful because they appear to be with heraldic symbols from all over the place, from all over the world, and there's certainly an element of pride and a high standard of manufacture in this shop. Just from the outside, you can tell that this is either a famous shop or they take pride in their craft, and it is quite big. It has two massive glass windows on the sides of a center door, and through those windows you can see the walls just lined with shields. It's the only thing they sell here. There are no other types of armaments or armors. The walls are lined with shields, almost from floor to ceiling, and at the back end there is a human male, probably about 40s, white skin, a bit of graying hair, and you can't see anyone else in the shop, just from the outside.
I'll walk up to.
Okay.
Hello.
Was there a sign? I don't know, what was it called again?
Riven Shield Shop.
Good afternoon, sir.
The man looks up. Yes, good afternoon. How can I help you? You're big.
Yeah, quite big. Thank you.
Yes.
So,
You need a shield.
well, yeah. So I've borrowed this one, but it doesn't really cover, as you can see, a lot of my body.
Mhm.
And I've heard about these.
It's all about how you use it, not the size of it.
Oh yeah, I suppose. I've heard about these bigger shields called tower shields.
Oh, those are military shields. They are for formations, for spear lancers.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if you had one that was like my size, that would be appropriate for someone of my physique.
Well, those shields are not meant to be carried around like the one you have with the same agility. Why don't you stand there where you are?
Yeah.
Grabs a club, essentially. Parry. And you go. You move the shield about. Yes, well, you see, the ability to use a shield is important in ways that it lets you maneuver. A tower shield is something that you put in the ground and you hide behind,
Yeah, that's what I want.
but then you become very mobile.
Yeah, that's fine.
Very well. And you don't see any tower shields like around, at least on display. But he goes to the back and says something, and a woman that has, she appears to have some kind of, probably about the same age as the man, and an apron, and she had been working, she has gloves with an oily texture, and kind of like look and start whispering to the man. And then she brings out a big shield that has some kind of like, it is essentially square, has an iron frame, and in the middle of the iron frame has a depression, so someone can put a spear over the shoulder of the person holding the shield. Hello, this is what we have, a tower shield. Are you sure you know what you're doing with this kind of thing?
Well, can I have a go?
Yes. You notice that it has a place to strap it to your left arm, and then underneath it there's like a handle. So you strap it and then you lift it to move it, and it is really heavy. What's your strength?
So much strength.
It has a minimum requirement to use it effectively. If you just wanna hold it like a door, okay, but to use it in combat, it has a strength requirement.
14.
Ooh, it has 15.
Oh.
Jeez.
It has 15. I can tell you, this would also be pretty disadvantageous when trying to stealth around. And it means that you wouldn't be able to use it effectively, unfortunately. It's too big and unwieldy. You can carry it, but carrying it is different from using it in combat.
Right. I'm gonna sort of. Could one of you just wait? Have you got something we can test this with?
Which
Use the club.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna try and hide behind it to see how well protected I feel behind it.
Yes, you feel pretty protected.
Give me the club.
I can still see it.
Right, I'm going to go like push and hit the shield.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna take 3 quick steps to the side
yeah.
and basically attempt to hit him.
Okay.
See if he.
So you
is
try
able
to like move
Strength
the shit
check.
about. Make a strength check.
Ooh.
18.
18. Okay, you kind of like move it, but you notice that he is slow. That if you were trying to actually get to him, you could probably do it. Like in this case, he moved fast, but
Not so sure, big guy.
But if I was just like stood at the back and people were shooting at us with crossbows, then
So you can put in. Okay, this is how this works. If you're so intent on having this shield, you can put it in the ground,
yeah.
kind of like in a hunker down position, and it gives you half cover.
Okay.
It takes a bonus action to essentially hunker down into like behind the shield. For all intents and purposes, if you're not hunkering down and you're just moving about, it's just a normal shield, like +2. It has the ability to essentially give you half cover whenever you need it, and it adds +2 to your dexterity save for area of effect damage, because like a fireball or
Yeah.
something like that, because of just the size,
Blocking, yeah.
like half cover essentially. But to use it as a shield, it does require strength 15 to use it effectively.
Well, you wouldn't get the advantage.
You wouldn't get the +2 of normal shield, but
Okay.
you could hunker down if you want.
Yeah, I'll take it. How much?
Okay.
Well, doesn't +2
You should always ask the
half cover
price
+2 anyway?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
effectively, it's no better than a normal shield. If you're
Yeah,
not
you
commissioned.
need to hunker down in order to get the +2 of
So
half cover.
It's worse for you than a normal shield.
Yeah, because if someone acts before you act, you
So
don't
it
get
could be
the.
total +4. It's just
That's how,
No, because
that's
he
how
doesn't get the
OOC
+2 from it being
information.
a shield.
If he doesn't get
Because he
his,
doesn't have the strength.
yeah, and if he doesn't act like initiative first, like the bonus action to use it to hunker down, or if he has to summon on
We're just,
melee.
they're just
Yeah,
talking
it's
too
fine,
much
it's
about
fine.
stuff. Let's just like.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so the shield costs 45 gold pieces.
Right. How about we can do some sort of deal? Well, I don't have 45 gold pieces, but what if I do like a favour for you or something? I'm sure there's something you need doing, or
Oh yes, we need getting gold.
yeah. I mean, have you heard? I don't know if you're aware, but we recently did some work for.
I'm gonna walk over and just put my hand on his shoulder as soon as he looks like he's about to say what he's about to say.
No, remind you that discretion about the work that we have done is probably best kept.
I mean, it's going to be in the newspaper, so.
Well, yeah, but
You
we
normally
need to
open with
control it as much as we can.
you normally open with your gardening skills.
You're in the
Yeah.
newspaper, you say?
Well, we're going to be, yeah.
Oh, you're going to be.
Yeah, the probably tomorrow's newspaper.
Yeah. Okay, my friend, listen up. First of all, I was a professional shield maker. This is
Yeah.
the woman speaking. I cannot advise that you take this shield.
Okay.
It is for a very specific purpose, for soldiers trained in the use of it in maneuvers within a unit. It's not meant to be used on your own. And frankly, it feels like you are not at that level of expertise with this shield. And second,
Rude, but alright.
we can only take gold. But if you take you let's see. What if I can modify your shield instead? Add something to it. If you're intent to having something a bit better than what you have now.
Like what?
For instance, I can add spikes to them.
What would I do with spikes?
Well, you have spikes in your shield, or I can carve something in it so it's not as flat.
He just wants it to look bigger.
I just want a bigger one I can hide behind.
Just add something to the rim.
Since I've been hanging around with these, well, actually, yeah, all four of you. No offense, but it's become quite dangerous, and I don't really want to get shot or stabbed again. So if I can just, I'll hang behind the shield, and you can just.
We have our residencies in the dock ward, and I'm sure you've heard about the unfortunate nightly excursions that have been happening on the street between a few idiot residents. It has become quite unsafe.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot make a shield bigger without interfering with its purpose, with its maneuverability. I can add I can add the shield's cons, or and spikes, if you wish. This con is quite useful. It allows you. It's a cons that goes on the inside of the shield, and it allows you to put something there for light, for instance, so you can carry a torch with you in your shield hand.
That'd be quite good for you, actually, wouldn't it? Send your eyes in dark places.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want that tower shield, kind of.
Sure, if you have the 45 gold pieces, the dragons, I can certainly sell you.
Let me speak to my business manager. Billy,
Hey,
can you get me a better price?
I don't think you have enough. I've
Yeah.
got that 10 that you've got for the
I've got
spot
10.
there.
But can we do some sort of a deal? I mean, if we're going around and using your equipment, people are like, wow, that's good equipment. Surely that's beneficial to you.
If I needed the advertisement, yes, but we are the best shield shop in Waterdeep.
Yeah, okay.
It's true, we heard about this place through recommendation.
Well,
Ask them if they have a garden.
do you have a garden?
The garden?
Yeah.
Not here, no.
Uh,
We're on the Trace Ward.
Well, do you reckon Lord Rainier might want to sort out a shield for us? I don't know.
Almost certainly not, no.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to find another shield shop then that is willing to barter for different things other than gold. But if gold is all you're after, I guess we...
Okay. All the best luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Someday, we're gonna have one of those shields.
Just that question, how much is it to have a sconce put on your shield?
Scones will run you. It's not that expensive to fit one in. 5 dragons.
Alright, well, thank you.
I'll do it.
Sure. Do you have? Can I see your shield, please?
Yes. It's under my cape.
Mm-hmm. Takes it.
Cover your eyes, it's a bit blinding at first.
Oh, it's very white.
Yes. It must stay that white.
Yes. You notice that she's handling it. The oil in the leather gauntlets that she's using to polish shields, presumably. Is kind of like leaving some stains in the white.
Yep, and you'll clear that up afterwards, I'm sure.
Oh, of course, don't worry about it. Yes, the wood is solid enough. It has good fittings. We can put a metal frame there to hold the scones, yes. Do you have any particular design in mind? Are there any specific implements you want there? Or just a general torch scones?
You've given me the option now.
I mean, some people prefer, the magically inclined, prefer to put, instead of a big scone, a smaller thing to hold a rod, and then they can cast light on top of it, things like that. We have customers from all walks of life, as you can tell. We know about the needs of the practitioner.
Yes. Could you make it, I don't know, somehow look like a lightning bolt? Rod?
This cons,
Yes.
this cons lightning bolt. I mean, I don't give you a rod. I just put the cons in the shield.
Can you show me a picture of? Can you show me one of the shields? In
What?
character, show me a shield. Out of character, show me a shield.
No, it's this. So it is essentially on the inner part of the shield. They can fit as cons, so you can like put a torch or some kind of rod or implement there that kind of pokes out up from the top of the shield. That's what it is. This is cons. It's a holder, like a cup holder. A cup holder on the
It's like
inner
a
side of the
blue
shield.
look.
Yeah,
This
it's
is-
glorified.
This is where your handle
So
is.
you're not
your
giving
arm
me-
will be here, and it's like a metal bit here where you'd like pop a torch in.
You're not giving me the rod.
No, I'm not giving
Could you
the
throw a rod in?
And tower shield.
Okay, so no, I don't have rods here, but I can certainly send you to someone that might be able to sell you a rather metalsmith,
Okay, well, if
or they can craft them for you.
okay, well, just
What I'm asking is, do you want generic scones?
well, no one's seen it, so it doesn't matter. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Do you do shields to order? Can I make an order of a shield?
The deposit is the full price of the shield.
How about a quarter of the price of the shield?
No.
But you can keep the.
The order, making shields to order is more expensive than our off-the-shelf one.
Sorry
Well-
to interrupt, but I think what my friend was asking was the sconce metal. Is there any way you could engrave some lightning designs into that?
Oh, an engraving. I mean, that would run you a bit more. It requires a bit more fine work as opposed to just attaching one of our off-the-shelf scones. But yeah,
No one's gonna see it though.
No one will see it. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see it.
you will see it.
I mean, please
Okay.
for confusing me in the first place.
What's so confusing
I
about
thought you
this?
said scones.
I thought you
I
know,
was-
it was the whole thing, not just the cup.
Well, no, you see, that would be awkward. Why would I sell you? Why would I attach scones and give you a rod?
Because then it's a full bit of equipment.
No, that's so you can attach your own.
Well, so you'll just do the engraving. 5 dragons, okay. So,
No, with the engraving, it's going to be 7 dragons.
Oh, I don't want it. I'll do my own engraving.
Okay, well, come back to tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, do I leave my shield?
Well, yes. How are we going to attach the
Well, I
scones?
just thought you were squeezing me in tomorrow, but like you're busy. You're the best shields maker in town, I hear. So I imagine you're doing lots of these things.
Well, yes, but we need to attach it to your shield, so I need to keep the shield.
So I leave it here now, and then you will work on it later, which means
Correct.
there's a period where no one is using the shield.
Correct.
Well, okay. Doesn't seem
Yeah, that doesn't really make
that's
a
not
lot. Of,
very efficient,
Yeah.
is it? But okay.
What do you...
I could come back when the spot is opened up. We can work. It doesn't matter.
So maybe we can borrow a shield whilst you're doing the work.
Yes.
Oh no, we don't provide rental services.
No, this is a loan. Like you're just lending it to him. It's not rental. He's not giving you money for this.
feel like a deposit.
Well, that's
This
even
is-
worse, because if the shield gets damaged, then I don't get anything.
We're
Have
not
you
gonna-
seen my shield? You think I'm going to damage it? He'll come back in.
Yeah, maybe lend him a tower shield.
I think...
I'll bring it back in better bloody condition. I'll clean it for you.
I'm gonna walk out the door.
I'm going to... I think this is going a bit...
Listen, leave the shield, come back tomorrow, we'll have the scones attached to it, and no, we don't provide any loan services. Rental, loans, or any other kind of free services that can damage the equipment.
Well, this has been real disappointing. I mean, you haven't got your shield. You don't get your engraving.
He's
I mean,
lost
he
the
just
shield.
walked out because he's
We've
disappointed.
actually come out like.
I'm
a
terribly
minus 1
sorry
shield.
to disappoint, but this...
I heard you were the best shield shop in town, but to be honest with you, the service is less than what I thought it would be. So.
I'm sorry that you're disappointed. The service is what it is because we have a long queue, and I'm actually
There's no one
putting
else in the
you
shop.
in the middle of the queue because it's a quick job.
Okay. Do you do anything with stones? Do you imbue shields?
Imbue shields.
What are you doing with that stone that you got?
I have a moonstone.
I don't think that's what it's for.
It's for I've written it down. Imbue armor or weapons. A
Look.
shield is a bit of armor.
Listen, if you cannot pay for a tower shield, it's not a conversation we're even gonna have. I'm sorry.
That was him, not me.
Oh well. We can certainly work with some of our magically inclined partners. We have perfected the art of customizing a shield with magical enchantments. We are talking upwards of thousands of gold.
Okay. So if I gave you a moonstone, and
You have a moonstone.
yes,
Shh. Can I see?
I'm supposed to tell people about that.
Yes.
W-
No.
Oh, I thought you wanted to show me the moonstone.
Yes, I mean, I'll show you the moonstone, but
Oh,
you don't even have any gloves on.
she takes out the gloves, the oily gloves. Hmm? Sounds it. Yes, this is impressive. How did you come across a moonstone?
You know, it came down on a bolt of lightning and struck me in the heart.
Sure, it has.
I actually saw it happen.
Of course.
you can see the dent in my
Yeah.
chest. It fits perfectly.
It nearly killed him, so, you know.
Interesting. Well, working with the moonstone can certainly give armors or shields qualities that would be considered wondrous. The work involved though requires a lot of knowledge regarding the elven art of working with moonstones. We have someone that can work with us in that practice, but again, we're talking about time here, man hours. We're not talking about materials for the enchantment, and that's when we start over 1,000 dragons.
Well, I mean,
So even if I were to do something with your moonstone, it would still be.
talking of the finances is very boring.
Of course.
What
it
would
is.
it do?
Well, it can do many things.
Yes, what?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure
Well, that's not a good start, is it?
of the exact extent of what it can do, but I know that elven armor masters used to imbue their shields and armor with moonstones in order to better fight the hordes of the abyss. They would protect themselves from the infernal and demonic influence and powers. They can provide, if the legends are true, they can provide a protection service that is almost unmatched against this kind of creatures.
Right. Sounds like you're talking from myth, almost. You've never done this before, have you?
I have not worked with the moonstone before, no.
You're not the one for me then. I will find myself a lovely elf.
I mean, okay. Thank you for your visit.
Yes, and I don't want the scone anymore. Good day.
Just,
It was a test.
just as one quick last question. If I wanted,
Scone.
if I wanted a custom shield built, how long would it take?
Depending on the type of shield, the quality, the materials you want to use, whether you want engraving, whether heraldic symbols of your noble house, it can take anywhere from 5 days to a couple of 10 days.
Alright, okay. But if I bring materials,
Do you know the materials we would exactly need for a shield? Not any. You can't just take a door and we're gonna make a shield out of it. If that's what you were thinking.
have you heard about me? As people have been talking.
We need specific types of wood that can withstand the impact of a weapon.
Okay. Alright, I'll get back to you. Thank you for your time.
No worries.
Before these guys come out, the two of us are outside. So Alex, I quite liked our new friends, but did you think they're a bit strange?
Very particular. I don't think they're particularly used to talking to regular people. Although actually, when I went to that bookshop earlier, the price was very similar for something that I was looking to acquire. Since it's just across the road from our new abode, I was thinking of paying him another visit tonight and seeing if he would like to renegotiate the price for something a little more in my affordable area.
Without him knowing who actually...
It makes the conversation easier if he's not part of it, certainly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful though.
No, I just want to have a look and I think I'll return it when I'm done. But,
Okay. Well, I mean, You're better than me at this kind of fare, but if you need help,
That's what I was asking. If you're interested, 2 eyes are always better than 1, so.
alright, I can keep an eye out for you.
But we'll see. Looks like they're finishing up in there anyway, so. Yeah. Keep it under wraps.
Very good.
Okay. So you're all outside.
Alright, yeah, dinner time, I think.
Dinner? Tea?
Well, we need a snack on the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock. Isn't that tea?
I think we were in there for about an hour, weren't we? Must be closer to 5 now.
It was like 42 minutes.
Alright, let's be on our way.
So-
Hopefully we can find some street vendor or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I mean, you walk around the trade sport, and there's definitely street vendors around the area. You are very familiar with these areas, you two in particular. There are all sorts of street food that you can have here for a nib, snacks for a nib, skewers, that kind of thing. In winter, you have also people cooking chestnuts.
There's this place I used to go to. It's just around the corner. They do he calls it vegan burrito.
What's a vegan?
I don't know.
What's the burrito?
It's a race.
It's clean though. I've seen it work. He's a great man.
Right, well,
Yeah,
are we in a bit of a hurry? I don't know.
yeah, well, we got stuff to do, that's true. I mean, I'd rather just pick something on the road for this time around.
Yep.
Yeah, one little pot of chestnuts if you would.
Hmm?
One pot of chestnuts if you would.
Yeah.
Good man.
Oh, of course. There will be one nib. It's chilly. This will keep your heart strong and warm.
Yeah, no.
I'll take one of those
Giant
skewers,
flavour.
please. They're pretty good.
Yeah, have the skewers.
How
They're
much?
pretty good. It's a halfling talking to you.
How much, please?
Oh, it's a nib.
Okay, thank you. This is a nice store you've got here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it quite busy?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people coming through. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Any else? Anyone?
I'll grab one of those as well, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Skewers or chestnuts?
Do you want it?
Skewers.
No.
Skewers. The meat is a bit
Chestnut.
stringy.
Nice
You can't really. You don't know exactly what meat
Well,
it is.
be
But
that
Mix
swallow,
check.
I think.
It's
the meat check.
Sure.
16 nature.
16 nature. I mean,
You know those giant rats you were worried about?
Yeah, rat meat's pretty
it's
good.
definitely not chicken.
Yeah. But
It's vegan.
rat meat is pretty good actually. I didn't realise you could get it around this point.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
It's either a very old sheep or
bit of mutton.
Mutton.
yeah, but very old.
Like really bad.
Really
Like-
old
Yeah, like
It's older
after it has
than
been used for everything else throughout its lifetime, for the wool, the milk at the beginning when it was younger, at the very end when it's very old, it's just killing and butchery for street food.
Nice. I have a feeling my vegan burrito place won't be there anymore.
Why?
I'll go for a
Lack
salad.
of business.
Salad.
There's a salad place.
Okay,
Okay.
you search for the old vegan burrito place. You find the shop that essentially has what could be construed as kebabs or burritos, and it is managed by a woman named Vegan. And it is called Vegan's Burrito Shop.
Ah, vegan! Glad to see you're still here.
Hello!
Oh, it's been a while. I've missed
Yes,
you
Michael,
dearly.
I don't remember you so many kids come through, but yes, hi, how are you?
You don't remember me? This
Um,
slash?
I mean, maybe I did, but you look, I don't know, you look different if to the people I'm used to dealing with here. You look so shiny.
To be honest, I've walked past here a couple of places and most of the patrons have that same mustache. So seems to be a
Simply not true.
common correlation.
That's not true.
Actually, I think theirs was a bit tidier as well.
Oh, if you don't remember me, you'll remember my father.
Uh,
Vamir also likes this.
who's your father?
Vamir.
Oh, Winter Garden.
Yes!
Oh, I do remember.
I have to
Yes,
hit you
yes.
up with-
Wait, Are you your Niall?
Yes!
Oh, Niall.
Ah, there we
Oh,
are.
wow, what happened to
I'm
you?
almost embarrassed there in front of my friends.
Well, he pooped himself recently.
Oh, you have grown up and
Choke on a chestnut.
and your moustache is certainly something.
It's better every day. Yes, more mature. One vegan burrito, please. Anyone else?
You mean a burrito?
A vegan burrito, yes.
A vegan's burrito,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Very well.
Anyone else want to?
Well, if you're paying, yeah, I would.
You still hungry?
Yeah,
What's the meat you got for your burrito?
Oh, we use, you actually get to choose chicken or beef.
Kind
How
of mixed.
It is the same price for either.
I've mixed then, thanks.
Mixed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 1 nil per burrito.
Yeah, go on then.
It's not me. Don't worry.
Alright, very well. then.
Burritos all around. Come on.
It's a feast.
Who's taking?
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, well, these
Uh,
chestnuts were very filling.
Do you want watermole with that? It's a special brand of sauce from the Waterdeep.
Absolutely.
Made from real mold.
How much do I
It's 1 nil per burrito. Okay, she'll prepare your burritos.
Yes. She's a work of art. You should watch her do it.
Just kind of like stuffing it with, all the stuff, and then just
That's
that's
far
way
much
too
rolls
fun.
it, shards.
And
Whoa, give it. I'm generous, but
You just bought like
30.
30
the
burritos.
nearest one's that said one. Okay, isn't it? That's a bit of both.
And yeah, you have your burritos. Essentially, is soft bread. It's not quite, the bread of a burrito, real burrito, but it's some kind of like soft bread that is malleable and then it's stuffed with stuff.
Never heard of falafel.
Falafel, I know a falafel.
Oh.
Works around the corner.
Is it falafel? I know him.
Yeah.
He also makes burritos. Falafel burritos.
No.
Is
no.
he the
Falafel,
one?
he makes some kind of like balls with
Is he the one that's
vegetables.
going out with chickpea? Is that the?
Where are we going?
Right, follow me. Let's go.
Yeah, but to where? That's what oh, you want to see your friend, don't you?
I'll tell you to Melanor. We can.
Yeah, you've been
No.
meaning to speak to her for a while.
Well, yeah, but we've had busyness with everything else, so.
I also need to speak to someone. But where the fuck is he? Where's Maloon?
Doesn't he live on a mountain?
No, that was Halem.
Oh, the other end of the
That's
city.
Meiloon is, the first time you met him was he came to visit at your place. But you know that sometimes he can be found at the Yawning Portal as well.
Great
Uh,
names.
Okay. I will need to be stopping by the old yawning portal there
Well, we can do that later.
before the day is ended. And then we need to go back to the person with the imp.
Didn't we have to? I'm sorry. Didn't we have to meet with that Centurion fella?
I don't really know what's going on with it. He doesn't seem to have a lot of time for us these days, does he?
Don't you want to go back
I
to
mean,
the?
even if it is just to find out what exactly he would want from us.
Yeah.
If we're going to go to the Yawning Portal, we might
I
be
thought-
around. I can ask Yagra.
I thought you two wanted to go
Melody.
back to the sewers though.
I do want to do it at some point. I feel like the window's closed on it.
Why didn't they kill you, right?
I'm not that. I mean, it was most Silas that wanted to go back to the sewers. I'm not that interested. I think it's a bit dangerous, but
Well, we're heading towards the southern ward anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
So,
Because that's where we're walking now, Sue.
Yeah, no, I know.
I thought you knew your way around better than me, but
I
obviously
just, if we're heading towards that, I just think it would be, I don't know, beneficial, I guess. There's a couple of things about that that raise some alarm bells, and I want to find out a bit more information about it, but I don't know how dangerous it's going to be, whether one or two things could happen. They'll either hightail it out of there, because they know that they've been found out, there's that somewhere. But they'll be, or they're going to have beefed up security and we'll go down there and find ourselves in more trouble than we were the first time. So.
Yeah.
Christ. Storm Maiden. That would be awful, wouldn't it?
Well, I think you'll be alright. Nothing could have been worse as your little venture, but whether we want to, if we do go in, head back through that strange halfling's brewers, but I think we might have a heart attack if we show up at his house again.
Well, you said there was some other entrances that you were aware of.
Well, now I know where it is in the sewers, I'll probably find us a quicker way down there.
Yeah.
Because the last surface level was up by like Candlelight Lane or something, wasn't it? Around that area. But
You found a place though. Didn't you find an exit at one point?
yeah, that was the one. But it was still a good 10 minutes. But I mean, it's not too far. It's just I would like to go down there, and I'd like to ask a couple of questions, find out what we can about Nilhul, see if we know where that half-orc might be hiding out.
But it could be very dangerous. Maybe they've redoubled their
Yeah, no.
guards they have in there. Imagine
Well,
if-
I mean, based on for what you said before about that thing being on the lookout, because they had a visitor, I'd imagine that if he's gone now, then he's not going to stay around down there, is he? That'd be. That'd
Yeah,
be
I mean,
but they
he's
might have
gone
other
because we
people.
killed it.
Hmm?
He's gone because we killed it.
no, the tentacle face person.
Oh yeah.
But he's not. They're probably moved on because they wouldn't want to.
Yeah, exactly. So if we can get in there and speak to Krent,
Right.
would be the one. He saw us.
He's the one that betrayed us.
No, that was Zemp. Krent was with him in the room. He seemed like a new boy to the whole thing. So I think maybe if we put the screws to him, he might talk and get out of the whole operation. Let him know what he's getting himself into.
I think it's a bit dangerous, Salas, but
I know, but they're after something, and they wanted that bit of the locket, which we now know there's a lot more going on. We went to the tomb, there was imps stationed above it, the guardian tree, something's going on. I'd like to get ahead of the curve,
What do you think?
keep our names clear as well.
if we are going to do it, I would rather do it. I would rather just go in through the halflings.
House, yeah, and come out.
Do you want to go back to the sewers?
I think it'd be interesting. I think there's a lot of things to find out down there. We don't have a reason to be down there this time except to see people.
Yeah.
The problem we would see is if we see the wrong people first, and then we have to fight those people before we can get to the people we want to speak to, because then we're in the bad side of the people we want to speak to, right?
Well, we know that they presumably don't have anything near as valuable to them this time as they did last time,
Right,
so
so-
hopefully they'll be a bit more,
Open to conversation.
well, there's that, or just willing to let things slide, should we say that we found ourselves in the wrong part of town.
Right, but they know who we are.
Well, that's what I want to find out, really, more than anything else.
They will have found.
Okay.
Zemp knew who I was, whether Krent has talked to anyone, and what he can tell us about that half-orc, that magic wielder Gramshar. That was a strange one as well. I just need to start putting together a list, I think, of people and places. Things that we should be on the lookout for now that we're all kind of tied in this together through whatever means has happened.
All right.
Anyway, we're near your friends, yeah?
Oh, it's just on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you as you reach the area where Falcon Mere is, it is a noble villa in the southern ward, and there is this beautiful kind of like wall covered in vines, surrounding what appears to be some kind of garden with pools and trees, and it's all very overgrown, but in a very beautiful way, not in a random way. And there is this small villa in the center of it. It's all covered in moss and ivy, and it's interesting because even in winter, it has this beautiful like green aspect to it. There's an orchard that you know that there's a meadery there. They produce meat run by the Snobbeedle family.
Snobbeedle. Snobbeedle.
Yeah, SNOB Eedle, Eedle, Snoppidle. I don't know. And it is a family of halflings that run the meadery. And inside, you know that you can usually find Menenor.
Right, if we want to just come in this way, she should be. It is a she, isn't it? It's a she.
Menenor.
Never been good with genders.
It's a he.
Is it he? Okay, sorry.
I thought
And
he
also,
was a he
yeah.
as well.
By the way, one thing that you notice is that opposite this villa, well, not opposite exactly, but very nearby, there is this building that it caught your eye the first time you were around here. And I'm gonna say, so it is a big building that has two massive towers, and it looked kind of abandoned, but not really, because from the windows in the two big towers, there are some light that is coming out. But it looks dilapidated and abandoned. And you would know that these are the Colette towers, and the Colette brothers. So Kolelat. Sorry, Colette. They done many times ago. They built this place. And there is a legend around this place. This place is protected by some kind of like magical bubble, and no one can get in there. It's kind of one of those residual things in Waterdeep that are just weird, like the black stuff. The Tower of Agernon, where there's essentially a protective shield, and no one can get near it, and there are like bones floating about. This is a bit of the same thing, that everyone knows it's there. It has this protected field. It's otherwise abandoned, and it is. I just mentioned it's around the corner. It is a sight to behold as well. And you move inside past the orchard. You see a couple of halflings working there, and essentially once you reach the main entrance to the villa itself, there is this nice fountain and this classic kind of like roundabout, so cars can go in, drop someone, and then come out, and a set of stairs that lead to a gallery in this two-story big wide building, and the doors are open, and there is a nice smell of flowers coming from the inside.
Do you want to wait out here, or do you want to come in with me, or?
Looks
Yes.
like quite a fancy
That's
place.
not really an answer. That's
I'll come in.
okay.
Have a look around. How are people looking at me?
The halflings are kind of like, they all gave you a look, and they kept working. It feels like they assume if someone is coming into the villa, they have business, and no one feels like they should question whatever anyone is doing here. They just looked at you and everyone else, and just kept doing their thing. And no one has come to like say, "Hey, you enter our orchard." Or it feels very open and carefree.
Yeah, I'd like to come in, if that's okay.
Maybe better than loitering out here. People might think I'm trying to make trouble.
Oh no, I mean you should be fine.
As I walk through, I want to look, see if there's anything like valuable lying around, just like notably lying around. Just as we're walking through the building.
It is. There's a lot of clay things. As you walk inside, there is this big circular room in the entrance with stairs leading up, and then two main doors leading to wings. And there are table and decorations, but it appears to be mostly clay and pots, plants, and whatever. It's not a noble villa. It looks from the outside, but once you're inside, it's like it looks almost like a greenhouse right now on the inside.
Alright, there's your friend.
He should be She around where? Eleanor. Hello.
As you're all standing there in the entrance, there are fallen leaves because it's winter, of course, and they are kind of like blown inside from the outside. And there is a sudden wind, like a gust that picks up, and the leaves kind of like dance around around you for a moment, and then it stops, kind of like a spiral around you, and then it just stops.
You're gonna lie, I thought those leaves were gonna turn into your friend. Some kind of weird druid thing. Or is it gonna...
I mean, I don't know if is that. I've never heard of that being a druid thing, but alright.
Seen it happen.
You see coming downstairs from the top, from the balcony on the second floor. You see an elf. Sorry, just getting this right. Half elf. Half elf. Very pale white skin with pale blonde hair.
Is it me?
Wearing maybe not dissimilar, paler than you, and wearing green, beautiful, like dark green robes with some kind of runes or embroidery, and some kind of satchel, leather satchel hanging on one side, and a big wooden staff with a crystal, with a pointy, like oval, almost like egg-shaped crystal, kind of like held by branches at the top. And looks, Genhorn, there you are. And comes down the stairs.
Yeah. So
Hello?
I've told you about Millicent and Niall before.
Yes.
Um,
I have heard of your success.
Oh, so you know.
Congratulations are in order.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to come by and let you know what was going on, so give you an update. I've made 2 new friends as well. This
I
is
can see.
Silas, but he's not using that name because the Xanatar are sort of after him a little bit. It's all right. Don't worry. You're safe. You're safe here.
Smiles.
He has a very fanciful imagination, doesn't he?
Indeed.
I worked in a pub in the trades ward, and I knew a lot of rogue types, as it were. And he seems to have taken that the wrong way.
Very well. I haven't asked and don't need to know.
No, it's not really
Thank
exciting.
And this is Kev.
Nice to meet you. What is your name?
Melno.
Balanor.
I also believe that you have come across 1 second, just I want to check something because I remember something.
Is it their gender? Because we're all confused.
No.
Even they are. That's why this is. Just keep changing. Just find one space. Stop swapping back.
He's very pretty. He's very pretty. They are very pretty.
He has such a stride.
Oh, never mind. Yes, he says you've come into possession of a property. I heard.
Yeah.
Thanks to the help you provided, this Volotham G'dan.
Yeah, I was gonna come tell you. So we were gonna move there. So I was gonna move out of the little allotment area. Probably move into the house a bit, maybe. I mean, I'll still look after the garden area, obviously. But yeah, just there's a bit more space because the bed in there is a bit small for me. So if that's okay.
Well, based on its location, you should know that my brother lives there in Troskol
Oh.
Alley.
What's your brother's name?
Tali Solvenar.
Is that the person I met?
Tali Solvenar.
No, I
You
don't think we've
can-
ever heard of him.
You can call him Tali. He's a carpenter. He runs the Bent Nail.
Bent.
Oh yeah, I think we saw. Yeah, that was just around the corner from our Our house. Oh, do you think that maybe he might be able to help us out with fixing our house because it's a bit broken?
Oh, sure thing.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
Speak to him. I was just mentioning since it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned of everything that is going on
So
in the Dark World and Southern World?
yeah, so there seems to be something going on between the Xanatars and the Zentarim. They've
Mhm.
obviously got a bit of a war going on. I'm still a bit confused as to which side. Who has the necklace?
What?
The thing from the necklace. Who took that?
Xanatar.
The Xanatar.
No, Zentarim.
See, I told you it's really confusing.
Xanatars are the ones that took Floon thinking he was Renair, but Renair was held captured in the Zentarim
But
place, and they took the
But
thing
what-
from his locket.
but what? Well, that's what I mean. The Xantarin are the ones who took the item from.
But you just said Xanatar.
You did just say that.
Sorry, the Xanatar. I mean, if they took Fluin, do you think they didn't? I mean, who would?
No,
Who-
they never took Renair.
Who has
did
the
they?
item
'Cause
from
he-
the necklace?
Well, but all the Zens were dead.
But who has the item from the necklace?
Well, not necessarily all of them.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, it's the Zentarim, right? They have the because Xanatar never saw Lord
Okay.
Renair.
So we're pretty sure.
Melanie, my thinking is the Centurion took Fluin, took whatever item he had in the necklace, and then thinking he was Renair, but they took the item in the necklace. So they might have been interrogating him to
No,
find
it's
out
not
what the
bad.
item was.
I think
It's
the
not
bigger
bad.
picture here is that they're both looking for this item, and one of them has it.
And basically, this item was inside Lord Renair's necklace, and he didn't realise. And we think it's got something to do with the Never Ember treasure.
So who are you to be involved in all this? There's a lot of discreet information that he's divulging here that involves all of us and our safety, and we have not met yet, and I am remiss to go into such detail.
Would
with a
you not
stranger.
be confident with me vouching for
I've
something?
known you for the best part of a day.
Actually, that's true, because you were just a tag along.
Wow, okay.
So,
It's a bit.
I,
It's going to be deep, but.
You know,
You can. I am a member of the Emerald Enclave. I don't work for the city, but many of the powers that be in the city have the same interest than our organization. In some cases, we search for balance and deal with threats to the natural order. Unfortunately, Waterdeep is a place that is full of potential for those kind of dangers. And so, we keep an eye on things. We don't have a specific commitment, one way or another, to whatever this plot may be, except if it provides for a bigger threat beyond politics. We are interested in always knowing and learning what's going on and whether there is something that we should involve ourselves in. As such, I asked Genhorn to essentially join Millicent and Niall in assignments that you, as very well know, were given to you. Because we collaborate with certain of the forces of this city.
I thought you just came along.
That makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, you didn't tell us. He told you to join us.
Well, yeah.
It just sounded like you wanted to leave and come and join us.
No, it's undercover.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I know.
You had me fooled.
Everyone just thinks I'm a gardener.
In a way, you are.
Oh, yeah, but I
Best lies are the ones that have a bit of truth in them.
mean.
But we like to say groundskeeper, no gardener.
Oh, okay.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
which is the more privileged position out of the two? Just out of question. Is he getting demoted or promoted?
groundskeeper is a more important one because the grounds tend to refer to something bigger than a garden.
Oh, congratulations! Look at that.
Yeah.
Just got promoted, just like you want to.
Yeah. And you got a thing as well, didn't you?
So yeah. Also,
I
what
don't know that actually.
one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about. So you, some through the sort of the training that we were doing and the things you were teaching me.
Mm-hmm.
You can sort of communicate with the animals quite well.
Yes.
So recently I kind of ran into this unicorn spirit.
A unicorn spirit.
Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy, but I found it, I sort of followed it. No one else could see it apart from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we followed it, and when I found it in an alley, it sort of went inside me. And then now I can talk to animals.
When was this?
Oh yeah, this morning.
You
Unicorn spirit.
Chasing
You
the monster
notice
of the
him
street.
kind of like closing his eyes a bit, and then there is this wind that picks up again for a moment and concentrates around you, kind of like your fur kind of like flutters a bit in this gust. Then he opens his eyes again. She confirms that you have been chosen by a spirit. You are now a shepherd, my friend.
Is that another promotion already?
2 in a day.
That's
Yeah.
Great.
rising through the rain.
Just
Christ.
doing all the things, yeah. So
You know that this is a responsibility.
yes, I have to protect nature and the animals that live in this city.
Ask what the pay is. You might be able to get a bump up and get that
Well,
shield.
you don't really do it for the pay.
Well, you're never going to get a shield if you don't do it for the pay, are you?
Well, I'll find a way to get that shield one day. It's like
Big
a dream.
aspirations.
Just give me pictures on my wall of this shit me with the shield. Also, this might sound a bit strange
Mm-hmm.
of a request, but so you were saying that at some point in time, with the power of nature, I might be able to shift into different forms.
If the spirit has chosen you, you should be able to do now.
How do I do it?
Think very hard about the shape you wish to take and become. It's not about the shape, you become the spirit.
Right. Okay.
Wait, tell us what you want to be first so we
I
can
don't know.
confirm.
What should I?
You can into a dragon.
I can't turn into a dragon. Dragons aren't really beasts though, so I can only turn into beasts.
What about a brain dog?
A what?
Brain dog.
The brain dog. That was like a what the fuck was that?
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
Brain dog.
Smells like a crab.
I suggest that you practice with this newfound ability, and if you need any help, let me know. I will send animal messengers to you in case I need to contact you for further business.
Okay. Have you ever heard of? There's a cat I talked to as well.
You had a very busy morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a very busy morning. I'm pretty sure his name was Morphology, but I can't remember.
Morpholomew?
Yes.
Yes, I know about him.
Oh, he's the king of the cats.
Okay, yeah, in a way, yes.
Oh, was he? Is he trustworthy?
He guides the cats of Waterdeep. He's an awakened cat.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. He could talk very well. I was quite surprised.
Keep in mind that the cats of Waterdeep do have their own agendas,
Yeah.
and they like to manipulate people to their purposes. Not from an evil point of view, that's not how nature works. It's just in the natural interest.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you need to push back.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna give this a try. Let me.
How did you know that we had a house?
News, certain types of news travel fast.
Yeah, but that seems relatively mundane in the grand scheme of a big city.
We came here quite fast.
What was Lauren Ayres' disappearance and rescue made all the right kind of news.
Yeah.
The night you brought him back to the Yawning Portal, that's where it started leaking out. It does mean that a lot of people will know that are on your side or harmless, like me, and a lot of people that might not be of the same inclination. So, something to keep in mind.
We should watch out.
That's what I'm saying. Which is why we need to go pay a visit to those we interrupted before.
Right. Okay.
You mentioned an object that the Zentrim took.
Yeah. We think so. We also believe that they broke into Lady
Brandeth.
Lady Brandeth's tomb, and that she would have had a similar locket to Rainier, and we believe that there might be two parts, maybe, but we've not seen either of them.
Actually, to think that it was them, given the circumstances that did that, it seems like there's more than just these two at play.
And you said as well that there was that. Was it the Castellantas that
Yeah, that's.
there was two imps at the tomb as well that we think work for the Castellantas. So we should probably go and check them out at some point.
I advise care. I'm afraid. How much do you say that you can trust
You.
these people? He asks you, Genhorn, and looks at Silas and Keth.
Well, they seem to be pretty reliable so far. They've definitely got their own motives.
And issues. She can confirm.
Who's she? You used that twice now.
Lady Jerith. You need not worry about her.
Well, you seem worried about us, so I'll be worried about any other member of a party in this conversation of which I'm unaware.
She's around you. All around you.
Well, the leaves. The wind.
The spirits
call her that.
of nature.
Told you. Druid stuff.
Well, but she's not a druid, she's a spirit.
What are the spirit's concerns?
I cannot speak for her, unless she decides to present herself and speak her own mind. I in fact don't know exactly what she thinks. She just told me that you are interesting and skeletons in the closet would be a good way to put into my own words what I think she sent me.
There's a closet.
No. So, very fancy. We've divulged a great deal of information to you.
I was
And,
about to tell you, if you...
Well,
allow
yeah,
me.
in my line of work, information is repaid in kindness, so...
Yes, and this is why I ask you again, only if you trusted them, so I can speak freely. The things you are mentioning are worrying. Have you ever heard of any of you, or the term Never Ember's Enigma?
Or only like today or yesterday.
Yeah, we heard it from Lord Renair himself.
Mysterious fortune left somewhere in the city.
Lord Never Ember. The rumor is he embezzled a lot of coin when he was Overlord. And after he was ousted, while he was in Neverwinter, he could never take it out. And it may be hidden somewhere in the city itself. It was always a rumor, a myth. The city itself, as you can tell, would have been very interested in recovering money that rightfully belongs to Waterdeep. And the fact that they could not divide anything of the sort put the rumor, at ease. But there are certain elements in the city that are starting to think that the rumor might hold some water after all. And whenever the people of Waterdeep becomes embroiled in this kind of thing, in this kind of grand game, all sorts of things happen. Now, I could not care less about Never Ember's Enigma. It is not of my concern whether tax coin of the city was wrongfully embezzled. What I do care about, though, is that certain people that may be after this are starting to show up in Waterdeep, influences, powers that pose a threat that goes beyond this missing coin. In fact, there is some strange presence right now in the city. We cannot pinpoint the location, and thus we investigate by more natural and normal means. But something's going on. We still don't know what. And that's why you need to keep your eyes open and report back to me.
Okay. I can try and send an animal messenger back to you to maybe I can figure that
That
out.
would be great.
If I can, yeah, I don't know how you do that, but I'll figure it out. Right.
Wait, we didn't get any information.
Yeah, that was just you telling us something we were already aware of.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have more than this for the time being.
Well, unfortunately, information isn't free, so
Whoa. What? Calm down.
I'm not angry. I'm conducting business.
Well, this isn't a place for business.
Well, you showed your hand too early.
What hand?
And it's a figure of speech. But I assume then, therefore, we can rely on you in the future to divulge anything you do find out through these animal messages of yours.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we're working to protect the city, not for any gain or profit.
Everyone's working for something. And there's gain and profit to be made in everything.
I think maybe you've just lost your way a little bit, and I'm going to help you.
You think?
I'm going to help you find your way back.
I think everyone has their approaches to what's saving the city, and maybe your idea of what's saving the city is not what everyone else will be thinking. So.
I'm going to pass you a name. You're going to look at the name. And if it means anything to you, you give me a nod, and we'll go from there in the future. How does that sound?
Very well.
Sounds like fun. Can I look at the game? Can I look at the name?
Come over game.
I heard.
A nod will suffice.
I'm afraid I know nothing.
Interesting. Alright, well,
I do know, though, or I suspect, and this is something that we have shared with certain elements of the people you work for. the reason behind the Zentrim and the Xanatars being at each other's throat. I think the Zens stole something from the Xanatar. Sorry.
Xanatar stole from the Zens.
The Xanatar stole from the Zens, and there was some kind of meeting, something. And the Zens have been trying to find it ever since, with the Xanatar not paying too much heed. Until recently.
Would you have a rough time frame on when such an item was stolen? Are we talking weeks, months? No, within the last 10 days.
It all started approximately in Nightal last year. Nightal is the last month of the year. So about maybe a couple of 10 days ago. 10 days ago.
OOC, or actually OOC character, was this around the time where the Center and Splinter groups started appearing? Or the Splinter group was around from before that?
We don't know how this splinter group organized, but they had been organizing themselves for the last months of last year. And then it all escalated into this conflict after this happened.
Have a look.
Do you ever speak to Mayloon?
Mayloon?
Yes.
No, I haven't spoken to him personally. I know who he is.
So he might not know of that rumor.
Sorry?
Good. He might not know of that rumor.
That rumor?
Yes, he might not know it.
If he's as well connected as I think he is, yes, he might know.
Damn it. Never mind.
Is that?
That's the
Wait.
mountain man, right?
No, not the mountain man.
No, the guy's going to tell you about the mountain man.
Yes. Well, who knows? There's 3 people we have to report to now. Is there a way to make this more efficient?
I mean, we could just leave this person to help.
I assumed.
He can send a bird. That's efficient.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently turned into one now.
Can I turn into a bird?
Are you asking me or? Oh, I don't know.
In character.
Oh, okay. That requires more. That's what practice. You can certainly eventually do it. Yes.
With some practice.
So, okay.
Only rats for now then.
I mean, I'm not turned into anything yet, so.
Yeah, somewhat disappointing.
Well, what have you done today?
Made a very interesting business partner.
I remember that. Me? Are
No,
we business partners now?
not quite.
Don't think you can handle another promotion.
I don't particularly care how, to whom you report. To be honest, I only care about Genhorn. As long as you can collaborate, then if you fail to report, it is not my problem.
Noted.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're, as long as we're sharing the information between our factions, then they can share it, and it's in everyone's interest to work together, from the sounds of it.
That's what it does sound like they talk, so I don't know if my point of contact wants me spreading the things I know to other points of contacts.
Well, it makes sense that we, obviously, what's the point of us working together if we're not sharing information?
I just thought you were tag along this whole time, so I don't know.
Oh.
Your point of contact, is that the same as your point of contact? You seem to want to go speak to that dwarf. And she knew you as well.
Yes. No, my contact is different, but
So what's your mystery organisation as they all keep coming up? Turns out you're with the Emerald Enclave here. We've been quite forthright about our acquaintances.
Well, apparently you've got some skeletons in the closet.
Well, I assume she's referring to the things you already know about.
Which is what?
Keep a bunch of skeletons in the closet.
How did they get there?
Well, I hung them up, and then after a couple of months, the skin just falls right off.
Well, we know that you used to work for the Xanatar.
What, skeletons?
Well,
Do you have any questions, or I must resume another work I'm doing?
no, I mean, do you have any questions? Big guy.
No, thank you for your help.
Very well.
Is he the only operative you have out on the field? Or are there more people involved in this than we realise?
We have a few people around.
Interesting choice.
Wolgenhorn. I think he closes his eyes for a moment. Well, she wants to meet you.
Okay.
She's curious about your spirit. Whether you go upstairs, we'll all wait here.
Okay. Just straight up the stairs.
Straight up the stairs. There's a big room there at the back.
Alright, back in a minute, I guess. What way
Okay,
upstairs?
you start going up there. You see the two stairs kind of like leading to this wide hallway going straight, and it is full of like clay pots, and it is almost like a greenhouse. It is in fact quite warm in here, but you don't see any fires going. This is somehow magically being enhanced. And at the very end of the hallway, you see a big dome that is it's open. You know, it's like a crystal dome, so you can see the sky. And it's also again full of plants. And you start walking towards there, and you can't quite see anyone until eventually you see what you think is the very faint shape of a noblewoman wearing clothes that you can clearly identify as noble, but you haven't seen them in Waterdeep. These are either different type of fashion from a different time or from a different city. And as this kind of like noble woman materializes, she looks at you in with a bit of a weird smile in her face. It's kind of like measuring you.
Hello. What is your name?
I am Jerith Falcon, the Lady of Falconmere. You said the spirit chose you.
Yes.
I can feel it inside you.
Yeah, it's chosen me to be the shepherd of the animals in Waterdeep, is that right?
You must be a shepherd of those who you feel you need and must take under your wing. You are not bound by a location, a geography, or a creature. This burden you must take upon yourself on your own terms.
Okay.
That's why this is freely given and can also be freely taken.
Very well. Do you commune with these spirits?
I can feel them.
Are you a spirit yourself?
I'm more than a spirit, my friend. I'm not quite of this land.
Okay. So, from like a different plane, like the Fey Wild, or?
No, not from a different plane. I live between the material plane and Elysium. I'm not quite a god, and I'm not quite a person. But it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that the spirit of the shepherd has chosen to present itself in Waterdeep. It means there is some kind of grey threat that will originate from here, and you must answer that call.
I understand. I will protect the people that I'm with and anyone else the best I can.
You need to look for the signs that will lead you to whatever is causing these ripples in the natural order. Someone has been opening up portals to other planes. There is the presence of foul creatures of the nine hells. I can feel them. Your encounter wasn't the only one.
Someone else.
What I mean is those are not the only ones in Waterdeep right now.
Right. Is there any way we can track them, or?
There is a veil. I cannot leave this place. I cannot detect much further beyond these walls. It is part of the deal of me being here. You don't have to rely on other means.
Okay.
But be careful and on the lookout.
I'll do my best.
I have asked Melanie. You are now a member of the Emerald Enclave, and with that comes help, protection, and obligations. Make sure you comply with all of them. You know when we need something from you.
Very well.
You may leave now.
Thank you.
You turn around
Yeah.
as you are leaving. The kind of fades the image of the woman. You walk down the hallway, and this very warm place. And as you look down, you see everyone is waiting for you downstairs with Melanie there.
Yes, that was kind of very intense.
You been bloody promoted again?
Sort of. Yeah. She said, I turned to Malin, she said that I'm now part of the Enclave.
Oh yes, sorry. He takes a pin. Oh shit.
Knocks everything over.
This is for you. For the time being, there's nothing you can do with it, but keep it tight.
Stab people.
Oh, thank you. Should I wear this, or?
If you wish.
Okay, I'll pin it on my...
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Very nice. Stag.
Stag.
If you ever needed a place to stay, or if you need help with, healing, you can always come here. Falconmere has always, as you can tell, its doors open.
Thank you. We should probably get on our way. We've got a lot of other investigating to do.
Yes.
It was nice to see you again. Hopefully next time we'll be under better circumstances than...
there are never better circumstances. There are only the circumstances that befall us.
That is very wise.
It's just the truth.
Well, surely comparatively than the circumstances we find ourselves in now, there could be better.
Wasn't that wise?
Maybe. But then we have to define better, isn't it?
I'm sure that's not
This is getting very complicated.
too hard.
This is not a game.
But yeah.
Right. So, are we going back to the sewers then?
Well done, big guy. 3 promotions.
Yeah.
Right, just get my
Well,
promotion.
Well,
first.
yeah, the promotions. I can't remember that now.
Did you get a promotion, Vincent?
I got a
Everyone's
thing.
getting badges. I haven't got
No,
badges yet.
no,
You got what?
I got this.
You also got a badge.
I don't really know what it does, but
Huh.
I get it.
Can't see it.
I don't know. I don't think I should.
Okay, you keep it. It looks very pretty.
It's got 2 different
Can I
colours.
see yours,
Mine's just like 1 colour.
Gunnar?
Yeah, it's the whole map. Like, it's attached to me
Yeah, I
now,
just
so-
want to see it in real life. Cool.
Well,
Just give you a nudge as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting very official. So
It's,
I'll let you sweat.
oh, don't worry. Hopefully we won't get any badges.
the Thieves Guild.
Hi, I'm a thief.
Yeah, I'm a mercenary.
Just all eyes, that's all.
Well, I mean, friends in high places, it's not the worst, I guess.
Well, I've had that before and look where it's landed us.
Hmm.
So,
Well, if do you wish to go to the sewers? Is that something that we all wish to do? I mean, except
well,
Wellesley.
If I really need to go down there, I would at least like to know that I completed a mission.
Okay.
So I want to go see my contact now, and hopefully get a nice badge.
Where is your contact?
Whereabouts?
The yawning portal.
Well, should we go into the sewers and we could probably find our way through the sewers there, because
Last time I almost died.
let's have a quick drink of the pool. A little bit of Dutch courage. We got some
Well,
business there that we could probably.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if we are going to go back up, maybe if you don't mind stopping by the Splinter Dragon for a brief moment.
The skewered.
The Skewer Dragon.
The Splinter
I was-
Stair
I was
is
thinking Splinter Dragon. Only briefly. I just want to see if our old friend, the dwarf that we met the other day, is around. Have a quick word with him.
I can't take Scholar into the sewers anyway, so I'll drop him off at the bows if we're heading up past the yawning pool.
alright. Yeah. How far away is the with Skewer Dragons on the kind of on the way to
Yeah, it's
From where you are, yeah,
Twenty
it would be in the
east,
way
west.
if you're going to the Yawning Portal.
like 10 minutes from here or something?
Yeah, probably around 10 minutes.
And we're there.
So, alright, let me before we get there, let me just try something. Just find like a alleyway or something that's a bit like less, like people can't see. Like, alright, okay. I'm gonna try something small. Something not too.
Compared to you, isn't anything small.
Call it. Don't be vague. Specific. Call it.
Focus on turning into a cat.
Okay. You need to become the cat. You're like, "Urgh, whiskers. And then suddenly it happens immediately. You go and boom, land on the ground. Meow.
What does Scholar do?
Scholar goes and just start growling, but smelling.
Is there any part of Genhorn left?
No.
I can
Any-
still talk to Scholar though.
Kenner?
Yes.
Kenner?
Yes.
Is that you?
Meow.
Scholar, no, it's me, Genhorn.
This gunhorn is tasty.
No, I'll get you some food later.
Can I chase you?
No, behave.
Well, if I make you run, then I'll have to chase you.
What if I turn back and then I take you
Oh,
back?
well, then I stop.
Well then, just behave yourself, or no second breakfast.
Okay.
Climb onto, like, try and climb up Millie.
Yeah. We'll climb a Millie.
Is it? He's not as heavy anymore.
I hope he doesn't turn back into
Just
himself
hold
now.
him up. It's like a cat.
Yeah. Looks like a cat. What
Do you
color
think
are
he
you?
Can hear us? Like,
Meow.
'cause he's. Is that coincidence?
Meow.
I guess you can understand us.
Meow.
Okay. Well, if we are going into this secure dragon, and are you gonna go in like a cat?
Meow.
Okay. Just don't turn back into normal self whilst we're in there. You don't want to scare people.
Meow.
I thought he'd be able to speak like a normal person.
Well, he doesn't really speak like a normal person anyway.
What if he can't turn back?
Well, then we put him with the cat that's in the house anyway, and he's got a friend.
That'll be good for spying now. We'll just send him around just to keep an ear and things.
I don't know, I don't trust him. I'll just walk up to where he's spying on and just somehow tell them everything in cat form what it is.
Well, hopefully they won't understand cat speak.
Well, he can, so.
Yeah. Anyways, regarding this inn, I want to get some information from this fella, but I don't know how much he will be willing to part with if we're all there. So if you stay at the bar talking to some of those fishermen, whilst I have a chat with the.
Would you rather that we stay outside?
No. I mean, unless you want to go somewhere else.
We tried being sneaky before, and they knew we were together. So.
No, but I mean, if we're all just stand by around the table with him, it'll be slightly more difficult.
No, that's fine. Like, I'm happy to go to the bar and speak to whoever.
Yeah.
And
That's what I mean. I mean, we can all go to the pub. I just mean, let me have a word with him in private, if that's okay.
sure.
Yeah. If you get into any trouble, just holler.
It'll come to that. You hear that, big guy?
Meow.
Okay, so you at this point you moved and you arrive. You were going to be arriving at Skirt Round very soon. But before we do that, because it's 6:20, let's take a quick break. Hopefully,
This is the session of meeting all of the people that we gotta meet.